Imagine a world where death is not the inevitable end, but a choice. A world where eternity is not a wishful concept, but a tangible reality. Picture an existence where time is no longer a ticking bomb, but a leisurely stroll through centuries. This isn't a far-fetched fantasy, it's a tale as old as time itself, etched in the annals of the Anunnaki. They discovered something extraordinary, an elixir of eternal youth. Now allow me to take you back in time, to when the Anunnaki first set foot on our planet. Around 432,000 years ago, the Anunnaki arrived on Earth. These celestial beings, architects of humanity, landed on our blue planet with one grand design: to create a species that, like them, would defy the shackles of mortality. As they started their experiment, they stumbled upon a stark reality. The very element that was crucial for life, iron, harbored a deadly paradox. It was a necessary component in our blood, yet its presence initiated a disease with no known cure: aging. In just 30 years, the humans, their creation, crumbled under the relentless march of time. Even the Anunnaki, who had never known the ravages of time, started to feel its icy touch. This was a revelation, a challenge they hadn't anticipated. But the Anunnaki were not ready to accept this fate, not for themselves, nor for the humans they had created. Ninhursag, Earth's chief medical scientist and biologist among the Anunnaki, took the challenge of conquering death head-on. Our story unfolds as she grapples with the harsh reality of mortality. The iron, abundant in the very blood that gives us life, was also the silent reaper, sowing the seeds of aging, the disease with no apparent cure. Faced with an aging species, Ninhursag did what any scientist faced with a problem would do. She got to work. She spent countless hours in her laboratory, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts, theories, and hypotheses. After many trials and tribulations, she finally did it. She developed an elixir that would eliminate the effects of iron. The Anunnaki, her people, took this elixir and were able to recover, although they had to return to their home planet every few years for a full rejuvenation. But what about humans, the beings that the Anunnaki had created? Similar attempts were made to give them the elixir, but the results were not as promising. The elixir didn't take to the human body as well as it did to the Anunnaki. But the Anunnaki didn't give up. They kept refining the elixir, kept experimenting, and finally they managed to extend the human lifespan to between 900 to 1200 years. It wasn't eternal life, but it was a significant improvement. However, this victory was short-lived. After the deluge, the great flood that swept across the earth, the elixir was lost. The humans who had tasted the sweet nectar of extended life were suddenly thrust back into the cold grasp of mortality. Their lifespans dwindled, and the knowledge of the elixir faded into obscurity, becoming nothing more than a myth, a legend of a time when humans could defy death. The elixir of eternal youth, however, was lost after the deluge, and humans were once again bound by the chains of mortality. Today we can only speculate about the possibilities of such an elixir. But who knows what the future holds? Perhaps the Anunnaki will return one day, bringing with them the secret of eternal life once again. But what if I told you the story of eternal youth is yet to see its final chapter? As we stand on the precipice of tomorrow, the whispers of the Anunnaki's return grow louder. This return, it's speculated, could herald the rediscovery of the elixir of eternal youth. Imagine, if you will, a time where the battle against iron, the very element that ages us, is won. Yet it's not just the return of the Anunnaki that has our minds racing. The rise of artificial intelligence, a creation we're still trying to fully understand, may play a pivotal role in achieving what was once thought impossible: immortality. Are we on the cusp of an era where we can outsmart our biological clocks? Can we leverage the intelligence of machines to crack the code of aging, to forever banish the spectre of death? These are not merely philosophical musings, but tangible possibilities that may soon define our reality. The future, as uncertain as it may be, holds an intriguing promise. As we strive forward, as we keep pushing the boundaries of what we know and can achieve, we might find ourselves rewriting the rules of existence. In the grand scheme of the universe, we might just be at the brink of redefining life and death itself. After all, what is death, if not the final frontier of life's journey?